I've got a question for you right-handed shooters out there. Do you ever practice with your left hand? For you left-handed shooters, do you ever practice with your right hand? That's what we're going to talk about today in this video. In a situation where someone is forced to defend themselves, they generally don't rise to the occasion. They will default to their level of training. If you've not spent the time training with your weak hand in firing and manipulating your firearm, you're putting yourself at a big disadvantage. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they never put forth any time into training. Of the people that do train, even fewer of them will actually put forth the time into training with their offhand. If you are in a defensive situation, you could be injured, and if your primary hand is taken out of service, you're going to need to use your weak hand to operate that firearm to defend yourself. It isn't just that you could be injured in a defensive situation. The reality is people get injured at home. You know, they could fall at home and break their strong hand and then have no other option but to use their weak hand to defend themselves. It's also a good idea to even keep a holster or two for your firearm for the opposite hand. You know, if you're a right-handed shooter, you may want to keep a left-handed holster or two around just in case something does happen and you need to carry your firearm opposite of the way you generally do. You can use a lot of the same drills in practicing with your weak hand as you do with your primary hand. You know, some of the videos that I have on my channel, like the shooting the strip, the trigger control exercises, those are all a great way to help improve your accuracy with your weak hand as well. In the video, you're going to see me shooting single-handed with my weak hand. You're also going to see that I'm not necessarily standing in the traditional stances of Weaver or isosceles while doing this. If I were to be able to use my weak hand, or my primary hand, to help support that firearm, I would try to, but I'm going to assume that I am unable to use my primary hand. If I was able to use my primary hand, I would be shooting with it. When shooting with your weak hand, your sight picture could be just a little bit different. Something that you're going to have to overcome is cross-eye dominance. What that is when your shooting hand and the eye that you shoot with are opposite. For example, if you're a right-handed shooter but you use your left eye to aim, that is cross-eye dominance, and that's something that you're going to have to learn to deal with in shooting with your weak hand. One thing you're going to have to consider is reloading your firearm one-handed, especially with your weak hand in a situation like this. This particular gun only has the mag release on the left-hand side of the gun. There are some models out there of different brands that will have the ambidextrous mag release. This one does not. What I can do here is use my trigger finger and press that mag release and drop that magazine out. I can then, since I'm wearing my holster, simply take that gun, set it in my holster. Even though it is backwards, it will set there. I can then reach for my spare magazine. Take that mag out, ram it in there till it clicks. Then keep your finger off of the trigger. Once you have that weapon gripped back, you can either use the holster to cycle that action, or you can use your pocket. Keep that finger off of that trigger, and once you do that, catch that sight, catch that open action, you can get that gun back in service. Guys, answer me this question. How many of you all out there actually practice with your offhand? Leave your answer in the comments down below and share this video with your friends and ask them that same question. Anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.